Hello, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Thank you for checking in on this video. Today, I'm with Mr. Tyrell Bell, and we are definitely talking about growth, right? Some personal growth and development. He's a young entrepreneur and definitely growing in the business of personal training, and definitely wanted to get inside his head and see what kind of things he did to grow in his area, grow in his profession, some of the obstacles he faced, and some of the adversity that he overcame. So thanks for watching, you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this conversation.
Just different entrepreneurs in different fields and seeing what they're doing. And did you do the personal trainer? And you're doing it
Yeah.
great, man.
Yep.
I think it said like you do like personal training. You've helped like 300 plus people, kind of get back into shape and everything and help them out. And I see you've talked at schools too, so that's pretty cool, man. And it's pretty good that getting to know you. What was it? I think I we got to know each other in 2017. Was it?
Mhm.
Yeah, KSU. So that's
Yep.
cool. Well, a fellow alumni. Hoo-dee-hoo.
Long, man. That's what's up. Yep.
So glad we kept in touch, man. So
Ooh,
I'll,
man.
I'll let you if anything, yeah, this is just trying to get a show to
Yeah.
get the entrepreneurs together and kind of give them ideas, give other people ideas of how it is and how it can be.
Yep.
Maybe some hope and inspiration along the way too.
Yep.
So if anything, um, I guess starting off, who are you? Right. So if everybody wants to know who you are, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So my name is Tyrell Bell. I'm a man of God first. I'm a husband. I'm a business owner. I'm a trainer, personal trainer. And that's pretty much who I am.
Heck yeah. Sounds
Yeah.
like you got your hands full.
Yeah.
A lot to value there. To
Yeah.
hold and
Yeah.
protect.
Yeah, yeah. I try to keep my commitments to five. I don't know if you were in that class with me. I actually got that from one of our professors. I forgot her name, but she said that, long story short, one of her professors was like, "You're not going to be able to get your graduate degree." And she was like, "Why?" And he was like, "Because you have more than five commitments, and you can only have five commitments and really put your full energy into those five commitments." So I try to, narrow my paths with my commitments, not run myself thin, just stick to those five things, those five commitments, and just like, all right, here we go. That's it. So
That's what's up. I like that, man. I usually do something similar, like when I teach the classes, it's like taking in consideration like what we value.
mhm.
Um, but I might have to do that because sometimes I get drawn out. Like I'm like, man, this is too many commitments right now. I need to narrow it down. That's what's up.
Me too. Yeah, I was the same way, man. I was doing coaching for a little bit, doing, like I said, family, business, coaching, football coaching, and it was just a lot, man. It was just too much. I was just running myself thin. And so I was like, yeah, let me take a step back. Let me prioritize and just focus on what I can really like pour into at this moment in my life. So, you know,
Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes we do end up like I know personally, like I end up shifting in my focus, and like sometimes I forget about the other things. And I just some other things I end up like losing time or not spending I guess enough of the energy with them as well. It could be
yep,
in family or friends or anything like that too. So that's
exactly.
heck yeah. I'll take that in consideration myself, man. That's a good one. Just narrow down to five commitments. It's too
Five,
much.
you don't want to run yourself too thin. If you got more than five commitments on your plate, that means you're doing a little too much. You can't put all your energy into more than five baskets. So you gotta kind of like what you were saying. You gotta like value, see what you value, what's important to you, and then prioritize from there.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
yeah, definitely. What's important to us? What we want to be present for. I like that. So what got you pretty much started in like I guess in your journey and in these commitments. Um,
Yeah. Oh man, that's a great question. I mean, it started from when I was younger, man. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in Inglewood, California, to a single mother. You know, just seeing a lot of the things that I seen when I was young, a lot of environments I was raised in, and then having the opportunity to travel to Atlanta when I was about 8, 9 years old, and kind of having a different environment, being placed in sports, and you know, just my whole entire upbringing. You know, I would say like everything that you know I went through or everything that just happened in life for me like got me to where I am now to be at this mindset, this mind state, and you know, to kind of have the right mindset to really like establish these commitments and values and you know stay consistent with them.
What's up? So you were in California originally, huh? And then you moved to Georgia?
Yeah, yes. I was born in Inglewood, California, and then when I was about 7, 8 years old, my mom was pretty much like it wasn't the best environment to raise a child. Her being a single mother, my dad being involved in gangs and things like that, so it was just better for a new opportunity, and to move to Georgia. And my stepdad, who actually had a son about the same age, he kind of had that same vision. So they kind of just did it together like, hey, let's just move them both out of here. So
What's up? So they got you over here, and then this is the new life you started over here. So at
yep.
an early age, you had to build some like resilience. It seems
Yes,
like
sir. Sir.
overcome some different adversities.
Yep.
From the household. I mean, you said your pops was in gangs.
Yeah, my pops, Rolling 60 Crip, kind of with Nipsey Hussle. If you're familiar with Nipsey Hussle,
Yeah.
a lot of people are. You know, it was this same gang he was associated with. So yeah, my dad didn't have his dad in his life growing up. You know, so you know, a lot of men in that environment go to the streets. You know, to kind of seek that approval or that you know that loving environment, I guess you can say. So yeah, that was just his outlet at that time. Not a lot of guidance in the household. His mom was also a single mother, you know, and my mom just didn't want that same cycle to happen, you know.
So sounds like your mom was definitely looking out for your best interest.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Man, got a lot of love there. Yeah, because I don't know if you're familiar with like you might be, yeah, because we took some similar classes. Those adverse childhood experiences.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you know, if we have those, like you're saying, it's like perpetuating the cycle of certain things. And here you are, right? Like breaking some of those cycles, if anything. So that's
Exactly.
awesome, man. Congratulations on those moves. Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Sounds like you got your family are definitely you know, they're there for support and have given you love throughout the many years you've been alive, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
So so what kind of things do you actually do when you do like personal training?
Yeah. So you know, it's kind of in depth. It varies for client to client, you know, depending on you know what their goals is, what their needs are. But a lot of it is just you know focused on, like I said, specifics. But a lot of it is just like corrective strategies. So focus on like maybe if they have any injuries or like posture. A lot of people nowadays are like all hunched over all the time and with on their computers. So a lot of it is just like fixing posture. Most clients are focused on like body recomposition nowadays. So trying to trade lean fat for lean muscle. So a lot of what I focus on is after the kind of corrective stuff is like strength training. So focusing on like strengthening them up and kind of like I said, trading that fat for muscle, and kind of helping them reaching those lifestyle goals.
That's what's up. And you said that's what do you call that? Body recomposition?
Yeah, body recomposition.
I think that's like the first time I actually like I've heard people like doing these things, but like I don't think I've ever heard of that word before.
Yeah. Most people call it toning. You know, like I'm trying to get toned, but it's pretty much the same thing, just trading fat for muscle.
Ah, okay, that's what's up. Now I have
Yeah.
some words to it. Thanks, man. Body recomposition.
Yeah.
And we do certain lifestyle changes. What kind of things do you focus in on? Is it like it could be different for different people?
Yeah. So that's a really great question. So the main things that I focus on is one, stress. Stress is one of the worst diseases. And a lot of times when you are trying to lose weight or you're trying to change your body can't really do what it wants to do with stress. When you have a lot of stress, high stress lifestyle, like your body can't really do what it needs to do when it comes to body recomposition, losing weight, gaining muscle, all that good stuff. Can't really focus on that because the stress is there. So that's one thing that I focus on: stress, sleep, nutrition habits, mindset. So those are probably, I would say, the main things that I focus on.
That's what's up. Yeah, I've been I've been really focusing on that too on my end as well. Some of those like different lifestyle changes for individuals. Like I have seen some benefits with like exercising, and not like you were saying with like the sleep and eating, all that can definitely like reduce those levels of stress, which actually can help us get those gains, if anything. So
Exactly.
yeah, I've read like with stress, like I mean, it can that's why it's like it can literally kill us, if anything.
Oh yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
so I seen that it does release like cortisol,
Yep.
and that adrenaline, and it definitely makes us like go into survival mode. And when we're in survival mode, it's like our body is it's like
Yeah.
overloaded with like sugar, or like insulin, and then trying to break down the sugar. It's like an imbalance of all kinds of different things. And
Yep.
I've been focusing more like on like the brain. And it's really interesting that you bring that up, with this reducing the stress to help us out, like overall health.
Yep.
Because I've been reading up with even like high levels of stress, or people who are like say depressed have like
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of high levels of stress, high levels of cortisol, levels of adrenaline. They have high levels of inflammation.
Yep.
And they don't have a good appetite.
Mm-hmm.
It does prevent them from being able to go to sleep comfortably. And then the crazy thing about depression is that it's like we want to do things, and maybe if I walk it would be it'd help me out. But people
Yeah.
with depressed, like they feel like they know it can help them out, but it's the
Mm-hmm.
whole like actually doing that stuff that like your brain's like wanting to do it, but it's also like preventing us from doing it too. And so it makes us even more depressed
Yep.
because we're not getting the physical activity.
Okay.
It's yeah, that's what I've read. So that's pretty interesting, man. That's awesome that you're helping people reduce stress levels like that.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I think some individuals can like kind of overlook. Like it's not only just sometimes the diet, or how much we do exercise,
Yep.
but also the afterwards, like what are we doing outside the gym? How
Exactly.
are we able to relax? Are we recuperating? Like
Yep.
I guess being able to replenish our body in that way.
Yep.
What kind of, and so as a result, like do you feel like you've seen those different changes in people, like maybe like in their mood, not only like on the scale or in their body, but
Yeah.
in their moods?
Yeah. And yes, those little incremental changes, and that's, I think, I like working out. I like training my clients. I like seeing physical results, but I think those type of results are like the best results for me. Like when I can help them more on a personal level, when it comes to like sleeping, or like you said, limiting stress, or like you said, regeneration habits, like having habits where you're recovering and things like that. I think those are like the most rewarding and most personal for me when it comes to like training and being a trainer and being a coach. So yeah, I've seen great strides from a lot of my clients when it comes to all those areas. Most recently, one of my clients, I have a lot of lawyer clients. Lawyers, they working a lot, high stress jobs. And she was having a problem with sleeping, staying sleep for a long period of time. She would wake up in the middle of the night and things like that. So I helped her with some techniques and things that she can do before bed, routines that can help her kind of in a sense, stay sleep longer. And it's been working for her. So, that's something that like is invaluable. You can't put a price on something like that. Getting better quality of sleep, like it's no type of price or value you can put on that. That adds years to your life. Just even in the moment, it makes you feel better, look better, like all those different things that you get from just, having better quality of sleep, so.
Yeah, dude, that's what's up. I like how you mentioned the quality of sleep, because sometimes it's not just the quantity of our sleep, but the quality of how much we're getting, but also the quality of it that we're getting when we are sleeping.
Yep.
And yeah, it goes to show how important sleep can be.
Oh, yeah.
And I was gonna say, what's some techniques just for, that have helped other people or helped that lady out? Maybe some people might be interested in staying sleep longer and having that quality of sleep. I know sometimes I can, benefit from that.
Right. Yeah, one thing is no screen time an hour before bed. So making sure to put up the phone an hour before bed. I recommend putting it in another room. Don't even have it in the same room as you. Put it in entirely another room. And also trying to go to sleep earlier. So like if you know that usually you go to bed at 11 o'clock, be in bed by like 10:30, 10. That way you can give yourself some time to actually fall asleep, get into a deeper sleep, and actually sleep throughout the night. A lot of times we go to sleep so late that our melatonin is already ready for us to kind of go to sleep in a sense. And that's why we wake up in the middle of the night, is because like our body's kind of like already ready. It's like, come on, we're ready to go. We're secreting these hormones for you to go to sleep, but you're still up doing what you do. And now when you get into that sleep, it's not working as good because it should have started a little bit earlier. So yeah, my recommendation is easy. And like I said, I like to make small little incremental changes. Just, hey, put the phone up an hour before bed. Hey, go to sleep 30 minutes earlier, then you be in bed 30 minutes than usual. So those little changes, you get deeper sleep for longer, and better quality.
Heck yeah, I definitely need to do that phone one, if anything, because sometimes you take it to bed and you just have all that constant light on there. It keeps you up even longer, and you're like, dang. Yep. And like I went to bed and I stayed up maybe like another 45 minutes because I'm on the phone. So get that phone out of the room.
Get the phone out of the room, man. Put it in another room. It'll be there when you wake up.
Heck yeah, because I did that with the TV. Like I don't have a TV in my room or anything, but phone's just as bright sometimes and keeps me up.
Keeps you up. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to take that in consideration. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mentioned some sleep things for some of mine, like with drugs or alcohol, because I'll teach some of those classes when it comes to drugs and alcohol awareness, and I'll tell them, like sometimes people use drugs or alcohol to go to sleep, but sometimes it prevents us from getting that quality of sleep. So that it like disturbs a lot of that REM sleep, that whole like rapid eye movement, and like you're saying, the regeneration and what you said helps us live longer. And like personal training, what I've read is that like you're probably familiar because you mentioned it, like it helps you live longer. And those who like for men, people who go to sleep at least, if they have only 5 to 6 hours, I think, of sleep, they actually have like less testosterone. So they're compared to like, they have, say if I'm 30 years old, I would have the same amount of testosterone as a 40-year-old. So that like that quality sleep is like helping us replenish and helping us recuperate from like get those gains actually not being of so I guess like tore down, regeneration, replenishment, and all that stuff, not only for our brain but for our body.
I say sleep is a superpower. Sleep is our superpower, man. Like when you sleep, that's where the body does all the work, so kind of like you said, you got to give it that time to actually do the work, so
get that time to do that work. Heck yeah. Not only are you helping them benefit in their body but also in the mind, because sleep not only helps the body, but it helps the mind, man. Heck yeah. So how did you even like, get started with this, I guess this journey of like personal health? Because I know we were in school together at Kennesaw State,
Yep.
and you did psychology.
Yep.
And then I know you were also interested in like the health aspect of it. I guess like, what was it? Kinesiology, I think it is, or like what was that?
Yeah. Exercise science. So yeah, I also
Yeah.
study exercise science. I did college in exercise science. So yeah. That's a really great question, man. What really got me into fitness, man, was when I was very young, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. And when I was in high school, she ended up passing away from cancer. And when I went into college, study exercise science when I first started off. And one thing that really stuck out to me was like, it's two things that mainly determine your life expectancy. One thing is genetics, and then the other thing is like your lifestyle, right? And of course, I knew like, hey, my genetics are what they are. In my family, like we have is high cancer, heart disease, high blood pressure, things like that. That's very prevalent in my family. So I knew like, hey, that's one thing that I couldn't change, but I knew that I could change my lifestyle factors, like what I ate, did I drink or smoke, how much I worked out, like all those things was things that I knew that I can take control of. And so from that, man, I just started to slowly take control of some of those things. And I just fell in love with like the little things like working out and trying to find new foods to eat and just different things like that. So from that, I was like, okay, I love doing it so much for myself. What if I can help other people do this? And yeah, man, from there, I just started to help other people, and it started small, man. I started literally training anybody I could, like for free, hey, who wants to train with me? Let's go. And it took some time, man. When I first started, I had a few people who wanted to train, even if I was doing it for free. People was kind of hesitant. When it's like that when you start anything. But I stayed consistent with it, and now I have a full business out here in LA, so with a full sheet of clients. So
that's awesome, man. Definitely came from and sorry about to hear about your mom's, man. I bet that was I guess a tough time, if anything, going through something like that.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate it, man. But it's a part of life, you know what I'm saying? When you go through things like that, you gain different perspectives in different times of your life. Of course, when it happened, it was very unfortunate. Me and my mom, like, we had like one of the closest relationships ever. Like, we were just like connected, and we still are connected. But when it happened, it was one thing, but now, just being where I am now, I look at it totally different. You know what I'm saying? Just being able to kind of see the blessings in everything, a lot of times when we want people here for us, like, it's selfish, you know what I'm saying? It's selfish on our part to want somebody to be here for us. When God has a plan, God has something greater for, everybody. And, even something else that I've even learned within just these past few weeks is like, it's a connectedness of all of us, so it's not just a body, like, what I'm saying? We have a body, but we are not our body, what I'm saying? And it's something deeper within that. And when you connect with that, you don't so much associate with just as a body, like, that it's like something greater. So within that, like, I say that to say, like, she's never left. She's always still been here connected with me, just not in a body, so.
It's beautiful, man. That sounds awesome. And
Yeah.
I'm sure she's proud of you, if anything, going from from a situation like that and not really taking like what happened to you, but using some of the choices that we do, the power in our choices, and using that to your advantage. I'm sure she definitely is proud of you, man. So, and then helping other people, live a different type of lifestyle, so they don't maybe have some health factors or other problems along the way as well.
Yep.
Because I definitely I teach. That's interesting, man, because I try to when it comes to drugs and alcohol, I try to help people in that lifestyle related health problems as well,
Yeah.
where like you're saying, we do have biological factors and some risks that we cannot change, and
Mhm.
that's because of genetics, some family history, or anything like that. And
Yep.
then we do have the power in our choices, and
Yep.
that's some of the risks that we can change. And then, like you're saying, the exercising, how much and how often am I drinking alcohol, or am I doing drugs, or
Yep.
am I eating this type of food? And
Yep.
so, yeah, man. So from utilizing, I guess, your personal power to your
Yep.
advantage, and not only for the benefit of yourself, but for
Mhm.
other people, man, it's pretty inspiring, if anything.
I
Uh,
appreciate
yeah, yeah, it definitely is. You remind me of that quote when you said, how the connectedness of everything is
it.
Martin
Yeah.
Luther King. It's we're all tied together in an inescapable web of mutuality, and
Yeah.
whatever affects one directly affects others indirectly.
Yep.
Sometimes some of the impact we might have in other people, and sounds like you're definitely giving it out. It's like unconditional, because not only for love for yourself, but for the connection of other people too.
Yep.
What's up, man?
Oh
Happy
yeah.
for you, bro. That's awesome, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. That's what it's about, man. That's the most important thing right there, man.
That's awesome, dude. And would you say, I guess, part of that story would be some of like your like motivation to continue to go or to drive on to this, into this journey that you're going into.
So you say that again?
Would you say like some of that story that you mentioned, like your mom and I guess also with your dad being in gangs, and you're trying to avoid maybe some of those same things happening to you. Would you say that would be like some of your biggest drives or motivation?
Yeah, yeah, man. I would say definitely, yeah. For a lot of part of my life, like a lot of that was my drive, like just kind of trying to be better than the circumstances. But now where I am now, it's more just the self-worth and self-value that I have within myself. That's that drive and that motivation, kind of like you talked about, like that connected bliss and that love within yourself, and just wanting to radiate that to others. You know what I'm saying? Um, because I feel like a lot of times when we attach or like kind of keep those type of things in, it's so transitory because it's night and day. It changes. You know what I'm saying? Like something that happened so long ago, the emotional pull that it has now versus when it happened, it's changed. It is forever changing. So you never want to like associate with things like that to be like your drive or your motivation, because like 20 years from now, like, it may not hit the same way. You know what I'm saying? So I think the greatest growth that I have had within these last few weeks and like months is just like finding that inner value within myself, that being the drive of just being who I am, you know what I'm saying? And tapping in more to that, and that growth within that. And that's something that's just always driving me, is just growth and elevation, and becoming more and better with just who I am as a person.
That's awesome, man. Sounds like not only have you discovered yourself, but also rediscovered yourself in many ways.
Yes.
Because different
Yes.
things, yeah, change in our lives, man. So
Yeah.
be some different I guess challenges that might arise, and that might be our next mission or next adventure, next motivation to
Yeah.
continue to do something else. It reminds me of like I don't know if you read Viktor Frankl's Man Searching for Meaning.
Mm. No, I haven't read that. I'll definitely write that down though. I'm
Yeah,
always.
because it like what you're saying, definitely I think it would resonate with you pretty well. He definitely he talks about some of the things that you talked about, um by you know finding meaning or purpose, and it's like, what's the meaning of life? And then be like, well, I kind of tell you when, the meaning of life is, it could depend on the situation that I might be in.
Yeah.
So kind of like we're saying, like it's forever evolving and changing, and
Yeah.
that's the beauty in it, because we're always growing, and there might be some different challenges that we can face, but the many options that we do have, and it can be, exciting, we can be enthusiastic about, all the options we do have, or how we might have grown from one situation, or I guess, or how it might have challenged maybe my attitude or my beliefs in some way.
Yep.
What's up, man? That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I've before too, so that was kind of it kind of like stirred something in. Victor Franco, I've heard that name before.
You heard him, right? Yeah.
I heard his name before. I listened to David Hawkins, Letting Go by David Hawkins, and I think he mentioned his name in his book. That's enough.
I'm gonna write that one down for me.
Yeah, David Hawkins, Letting Go.
Letting Go. I think I heard that one before too.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, man. You gotta exchange the knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
And so what would you say, keep going on with this, is I guess what do you look forward to in the future? What kind of things are you kind of driving for, or what are you, maybe some goals, or what are you I guess looking forward to?
Yeah. I'm looking forward, man, to continue growth within myself. I think, like I said, I think that's been like the greatest thing. It's just growing, elevating, becoming more in tune with myself. One thing that's really been big with me lately is like emotional intelligence. That's something that I feel like I've neglected for a long time in my life. A lot of us have, especially men, especially us as men, they've grown up in different environments, like I said, where I grew up, a lot of it was like, hey, boys shouldn't cry. You better toughen up. And, it was kind of that type of stigma around being a man, you know what I'm saying? So for a lot of my life, it taught me to suppress my emotions, like, hey, I'm not supposed to, in a sense, show these emotions, so let me suppress them, and that was like a subconscious habit that I kind of created. And within these past, I would say about 4 or 5 weeks, I've really tapped into like my emotional intelligence, being more in tune with my emotions, being able to accept them, feel them, let them run its course and release them and let them go. And I mean, man, just doing that, I've seen so many things change in my life so effortlessly, just because I release expectations. I just accept things for what they are. I don't, get so caught up in, all those things. And I just know that I have the choice and the freedom within myself to perceive things however I want to. And that's been like one of the greatest life-changing things for me. And I'm just excited about the continued growth, because when it comes to like handling your emotions, it's always growth. It's always something that you can work on and get better at. It's kind of like working out. That's one thing I love about working out, is like you always can get better at working out. It's like it's never an ending point with emotions or working out. Like it's always something, hey, you can lean a little bit more forward in your squat. Hey, you can drive through your heels a little, so it's always some little tweaks that you can make to get better. And that's what I'm looking most forward to in life, is just that continued growth, that continued elevation, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, like just in all those areas in my life.
That's awesome, man. I like that for you, man. Especially with the emotional intelligence, because that's something I've been trying to help other people too with, gaining, I guess, not only power, I guess with their bodies, right? Like breathing techniques, helping them relax, but power in their minds, right? Being able to have those, understand those emotions, navigate through those emotions, and not have certain emotions be like our main coordinate. just
Yeah.
being able to kind of accept it sometimes. Like sometimes when I do like the anger management classes, like anger, teaching anger is not a bad thing. It's not a negative thing or a negative emotion in some sense, but it can be a good thing.
Yeah.
Tell us, kind of, it can give us an insight about maybe some things I might need to change, maybe I might need to avoid,
Yeah.
or maybe some things I might be doing that could be causing this kind of um, type of, I guess, feeling. I was thinking about
Yeah.
emotions as like energy in motion. So,
Yeah.
like you're saying, working out, it's always it's energy, and
Yep.
like, and we want a lot of motion,
Yep.
and the same thing with our emotions. It takes practice, takes some training. It's always that little tweaking of anything and that we can do. So that's cool that you put those things together like that.
Oh yeah.
And if anything, what would you I always like to ask this question. It's kind of like, what would you like to tell your younger self, if anything? Because I know you've been through many different like trials and
Yeah.
nations and maybe some adversity in your life. What would you like to tell your younger self?
That's a great. I mean, I would just tell my younger self, like, you are enough. Like just that reassurance that you have everything within yourself that you need, and there's nothing outside of you that you need. You know, like I said, I think that's been one of the biggest transformations within like the past like 4 or 5 weeks within myself, is like knowing that like I have everything I need within myself. Like it's nothing that I have to seek outside of me that I'm missing within myself. So that's definitely what I would tell my younger self, is just love yourself, man, because you got everything you need. You don't need nothing outside, no person, no drug, no nothing. Like you have everything you need within yourself.
That's what's up, man. Sounds like they would appreciate that, if anything.
Oh yeah.
Save you some heartaches and backaches some of those nights, huh?
Oh yeah. Yeah. All that searching, man, all that searching, and spending your focus and time on things that really aren't serving you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing a lot of that in college, and just growing up in general. Which I know we all have had our moments in life, where we drift from the course.
Definitely.
But important to know what you had inside, who you are inside, so that way you can always come back to that foundation, because it's life. We're humans, so we're primitive creatures at heart. So we make mistakes, we do things, that's a part of our being. But if hey, what I have inside, those actions don't define me, those thoughts don't define me, those emotions don't define me, then who you have inside, who you are inside, and you can be at peace with that. So
So man, that's a great message for everybody. If anything, it seems like you definitely helped out a lot of people already, and it sounds like you definitely are going to continue on to help other people out, man. And man, it's awesome that you're going through this, and not only like helping them with their bodies and feeling better within themselves with their bodies, but also through their minds as well, by doing certain different lifestyles. And it seems like it's been working wonders for yourself, if anything. So
oh yeah.
practicing and progressing too at the same time with your clients and everything. So I love that journey, because I tell the same thing to them, man. So it's pretty inspiring how, hearing it from other people too.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. So if anything, I guess that if you have anything else to share, Mr. Tyrell, any final message, if anything. I know that was pretty powerful at the end,
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, final comments, finishing it off.
Yeah. I guess my final thoughts would be like I kind of was saying, man, it's like you are not your thoughts, you are not your emotions, you are the space in between that. And sometimes we have to be that witness of us, you know what I'm saying? Like take a step back from actually our physical being and become the witness of everything, witnessing our thoughts, witnessing our action, witnessing other people's around us thoughts and actions. You know what I'm saying? And understanding again, like to disconnect from your body, from your mind, from your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of society is this programming, right? It's this unconscious programming. We wake up every day and it's a program that somebody's feeding us of, you have to look like this, or you have to be this, or you have to have this job or this car or this, you know, new clothes or whatever. You know, it's constant programming, but that's not us. You know what I'm saying? So it's so important to have these habits that we're talking about, working out, eating nutrition dense foods, meditation, like all those things. That's us. You know what I'm saying? The social media and the new cars and the new girls and all that, like that's not us. That's who society in the world portrays us to have to be. But when you take a step back from that, you detach from your body, you detach from your mind, you detach from your emotions, and you become in tune with that space, that silence, that inner silence within yourself that we all have. You know, a lot of us like, what is he talking about? My brain never shuts up. Well, it will shut up, but you have to go within, meditate, you know, do all those the inner work, so you can get that silence, that inner being, and you can really know like who you are inside and really be able to detach from, you know, a lot of the worldly things. Something that was really powerful to me just yesterday, one of my friends, he's a trainer, nice dude, really in shape. I mean, you see this dude, you like, oh man, that dude's looking good. He actually had got sick and like bed rest for like 4 weeks, couldn't eat, and he lost like 19 pounds. And this dude went from being like boom to like boom, you know. And we had a conversation, and you know, of course nobody wants to like change like that, but like kind of like what I'm talking about, imagine if he would have associated with his body like I am my body, and that happened to him, and now his self-image is not what it used to be. Imagine what that can do to his inner self, you know. But having that knowing of, I have a body, we all have a body, but we are not our body, right? Mm-hmm. And we have a mind, we have emotions, but we are not our mind and emotions, right? And what I mean by that, because some people might be like, what is he talking about? Like, dude, this dude is insane. But it's like, when we are no longer here, when we depart, we're not our body. So this is transitory. Same thing with our thoughts and emotions. When we depart, we're not going to take our thoughts and emotions with us. It's transitory, right? So that means it's temporary. But the space in between that consciousness, that silence, that peace, that inner love, like all those positive things, that's really within us. That's us. You know what I'm saying? So the goal of life for all of us should be to be able to tap into that. Because when we tap into that, that's when the connectiveness of everybody comes into play. Because now we understand, just as I am love, you are love. You know, just as I am peace, you are peace. You know what I'm saying? And now we're connected, because now we're not seeing people for, oh, this person is this or that person has that. Now we're seeing each other as we are one, you know, and that's where life should be. So yeah. So, you know I said a lot right there, you know, dropping some gems on them. Hopefully they catching them. But yeah, man, like I was saying, just like 90% of what we do is subconscious, you know what I'm saying? So it's like we're already programmed. So a lot of it is taking back these programs, finding out who you are inside, and just really living and being that, and not allowing the world and people and life to stress you out, but knowing that you have peace, you have love, you have everything that you need within yourself.
And that's powerful messages. Definitely something I appreciate, if anything, because I do like to share that as well, something similar. And you know, I'm sure everybody else too that's gonna be able to hear this is going to appreciate that message, man, for real.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, because it's a powerful message, how much, you know, the power of the subconscious, if anything.
Man, so powerful.
I appreciate those words, man. Thank you so much for, if anything, taking the time to really talk to me, share your messages, share what you do. And if anything, how would anybody really get in contact with you if they would like to participate in any of your programs or anything?
Yeah, so the easiest way is Instagram, Mr. MR Tyrell, Tyrell, Bell, Bell. That's my Instagram handle, Mr. Tyrell Bell. That's probably the easiest way to get in contact with me. I also do have a Facebook. You can type in Tyrell Bell, and you probably should see a guy with his shirt off flexing or something. But that's the easiest way to get in contact with me.
Awesome, man. All right. Instagram is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate your time, man. Giving me this opportunity to speak. And I appreciate it, man. It was really, really a blessing.
No, yeah, the blessing's mine. The pleasure's mine and everything too, man. That's what I meant. But yeah, the pleasure is mine because that's awesome, man. I'm happy you in your growth. Because I remember we were in class together and you were talking about, doing these different things. So happy that you're actually doing these things and, continue to help other people out, man. So seems
yes,
like
sir.
Definitely doing great, man, and happy.
Yeah. And something I want to add, and I think this is so powerful about just like facilitating these conversations and just talking to people like just in this context. And I actually got this from Viola Davis. You should check out the Viola Davis Oprah Winfrey interview if you haven't checked it out. It's really good. It's on Netflix. But what she said was, people in life give us permission to love and accept ourselves sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times, we're so hard on ourselves and we have that such mindset about like things that we do in life as like kind of like the bystander effect, kind of like in psychology. It's like, oh, that's nothing, but if somebody else is looking at you like bench press 225, they're like, man, that's incredible. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's good to have others, kind of hear your story, hear you, and, be able to kind of, in a sense, give you permission to like love and accept yourself. So I think it's really powerful what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And I look forward to seeing your growth and how things work for you in the future.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I heard something similar. It was like, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Heck yeah. I think that was Kevin Gates or something, but it reminded me of that, man. So yeah, man, I'm definitely celebrating what you do, man, because it was good keeping in touch with you and everything. And seeing your growth is awesome, man. So I appreciate the kind words, man. Heck yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir. Wow, just